For those of you who do not know me, get in the room. My name is Latrice. I am your virtual uh, wellness advisor and life coach. I specifically focus on helping high achieving women, mamas, entrepreneurs who are, ready to reclaim their power back, ready to heal, ready to build, ready to grow. And in that way, you will surely dominate in life, right? Whatever aspect in life you're going through, whether it's life, it's business, it's finances, it's growth in your health and wellness, I am here to help and assist you, help you to facilitate that through life's journey. Listen, I am here today because it's time for us to lock in. What are we locking into? Locking into our goals, locking into our visions, locking into the things that we set out to say that we wanted to achieve, right? In 2025, or we just wanted to achieve, right? And we haven't gotten around to doing it, whatever the reason is, whether it's the distractions, whether it's the delays, whether it's out of your control, whether you're just being straight up lazy, no motivation, no inspiration, no push to get you there. So I'm here to help you, to show up, to show you that, listen, we do have a space created for individuals just like you, right? And yes, it's virtual, but we also do events all around the world where we're able to connect, where you're able to come to, where we're able to connect with and celebrate each other and meetups and things like that. So having a community, right? As you're going into your next level is very essential. Having a community, a tribe, a group of people like minded who are, looking to achieve the same things as you is essential for your next level. Okay. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely reach out to us. You know, in the past, I've done a few things, right? Things I don't count anymore, but things that are still valid and still reprimandable in these streets. I am a best-selling author and co-author. I do have a online drop shipping business where I provide products, where I provide services. I have helped hundreds of people all over the world with the efforts of doing one thing, joining an amazing organization that has helped me to reach, you know, people globally all over. So I'm thankful for that. I've been able to collaborate and connect with locals and virtual network to help either facilitate bringing awareness, facilitate growth in their business, or just to help get them started. There are many things that I've done. I've created digital products online. Uh, I have gratitude journals on Amazon. There's a lot of things that I get myself into, and I am a believer of creating multiple streams of income because, it's biblical. I also help my community do the exact same things. Doing the things that I enjoy doing the things that create a type of freedom that I see for myself, and bringing awareness to those of you who desire freedom in your own sense. So I came to you today because I wanted to talk about some things to help get you started into pivoted into a new year as we're going into, it's about what, 30, I have written it down because the girl wouldn't have remembered, but it is like 30 something days left of this year. Okay. And I want you to really lock in. I know when fourth quarter came in, everybody was like, ooh, lock in 36 days. I know everybody was like, ooh, lock in, lock in, lock in. but are you really locked in? Okay, this is me interjecting in your timeline just to remind you what that may look like. And it's not too late to get started. It's not too late to put some things down on paper. It's not too late to pivot. It's not too late to get some things in order so that your life can seemingly be in order and not out of alignment come 2026, right? So, the first thing I'm going to talk about 5 things, and I want you to get your pen. I want you to get your paper out. I want you to take notes because these are information that is going to help change your life. It's going to help position you to win. So, get your pens, get your papers, get what it is that you need because we're going to talk about some things, okay? The first thing you have to do when it comes to even create, thinking about your next step when it comes to you know changing something, starting a new chapter, having a fresh slate, when it comes to you considering to make a move in another direction, it is going to require you to take a pause, right? Being at a stop sign, being at the stoplight, standing still before you make a move is essential. Why? Because you need to look around to see the direction that you're going. You're assessing yourself, your environment, assessing your situation and your position. You're assessing to see what it is that you have. What do you have as a play? What moves can you make? What resources do you have available for you? You are taking a pause for a cause because assessing yourself, right, gives you the victory. Assessing yourself helps you to go along, to get along, and go through to get through without feeling like you are a victim because you understand that you know what's on the table. You know what you have to work with. You know where you are in life. You know why you're there. You know why you want to move from that position. And you need to know what you need to focus on to make that feeling of victimization or that feeling of victory to victimization to leave and the feeling of victory to stay while you're going through it, right? That's the first thing you want to do is pause. You want to take a pause for assessments. You want to take a pause so that you can assess yourself. Yes, yes. The second thing you want to do, right, is shift, right? You're going to make a movements. Where at this point you took a pause for a cause. Now it's time for you to take action. Now it's time for you to make those moves. The plans that you had set out, the plans that came up in your minds, in your thoughts, in your deep emotions while you were sitting still, while you were taking a pause, while you stopped to think, while you stopped to look around to assess, you are about to decide that you are the victory. You are no longer victim. So you're going to make that decision. You're going to make a decision to shift, right? You're going to make a conscious decision to make that move based off of what you have when you sat there in stillness, when you sat there in your pause phase. Number one is pause, number two is shift. When you sat there to evaluate or to take inventory, now you're about to make a move. What does that look like for you? What is that shift going to look like for you? Where are you going to go? What direction do you want to go to achieve the results that you are looking for? What does that look like, right? And then the third thing, you want to become very intentional, right? What does being intentional look like for you? Right? Is that getting closer to God? Is that bringing awareness, right? These things are being intentional. Making those moves is going to help you to bring awareness. It's going to help you with spiritual awareness. You have that deciding factor into what area in your life that you need to get closer so that you can achieve, that you need to become stronger. You need to become more whole. You need to become more consistent, you need to identify what that is. So, and become very intentional with it and start working towards it and start developing the character, the resilience, the strength, whatever it is for you to continue to become and continue to be victorious and not to fall into your victim stage. Hello, hello. So, first thing is pause, second thing is make a shift, and the third thing is to be very intentional. Let's talk about the fourth thing, the vision. You want to hold on to the vision. You must have a vision. You must know where you're going. When you get in that vehicle, when you're heading to a direction, you have to know the address, you have to know the destination. You may not know the route to get there, you may not know how to even start to go towards it, but you must know a final destination. So you put that in the GPS and the GPS will lead you there, right? You have a set plan, you know the vision, right? You know the vision, grab a hold of the vision and you start walking towards it. You make it clear, write the vision down, make it very clear that those who see it depart from it. Write that down. Immerse it in your mind, in your phone, in whatever, in your books, in whatever it is that you need. Have it around you, make it visible to you so that you do not forget what it is that you're working towards. Yes, life is going to happen. Yes, things will come in your life that makes you have to pivot, to go around, take a longer route to get to where your destination is, the vision, right? But you must have a hold of the vision so you know that I can come back to it. You know this is where I'm going. So you know when that delay happens, you know that, is this a delay for a pause or is this a delay for distraction? You hold on to the vision, right? Because you know, so that it can help you to get the results or get you the outcome that you're looking for. I wrote something here that says, the end of something is the beginning of something new. Okay, so you need to know what it is that you need to get out of the way, right? And also, with that being said, you don't have to sit in the ending. You have to know, give reassurance to know that, listen, once there is an ending, there is a new beginning. The ending doesn't mean the end all be all, but to know that there is the start, there is a new beginning, there is a new chapter, there's the opportunity to start all over again. Yes, yes. So the first thing we talked about was to pause to assess to the situation. The next thing is to shift. Make that shift in your mind first. It's internally first before the outside, right? So you want to make a shift. The third thing, become real intentional with the moves that you're making, right? Fourth thing, grab a hold of the the vision, sorry. Grab a hold of the vision. All right, remember that transformation, it is internal first. Okay, it happens on the inside first before it happens on the what, outside. Yeah, yeah. Yes, let's talk about the fifth one. um let's talk about the fifth one, and this is a challenging stage or phase in many people's life, because it involves you letting go, it involves you releasing, it involves you setting yourself apart. So the fifth one is eliminate to elevate, right? What is it that's in your life that's holding you down? What is it in your life that's holding you back, right? You need to figure that out, eliminate it. Okay, it can be eliminated forever, eliminated for a temporary time, but whatever it is, you need to eliminate it so that you can lighten the weight, so that you can continue to move forward. Whether it's energetically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's physically, whether it's spiritually. We went back to the beginning of the phases where we're talking about becoming intentional. We are focusing on the areas that you need to work on to make you come closer to your destiny, right? These are, we talked about some spiritual things, we talked about just some awareness things, we talk about, some things you have to work on within the flesh, right? But the fifth is, like I said, What do you need to eliminate to elevate? The next thing I wrote here is to pretend is the beginning of all suffering. Now, I heard my mentor say that, and when she said that, it was like to pretend is the beginning of all suffering. Like, you're pretending. Who are you pretending to? You're not pretending to me. You're pretending yourself to yourself. We're waking up every day and we're putting on a mask for ourselves, not knowing that people around us, situations around us, especially those who feel energy, can tell that there's something that's being covered up, that can tell there's something that's being hidden, can tell that you are holding back and you're not showing up as a light that you and shining as bright as your potential. People can see the potential in others. So who are you covering up for? You're covering up for yourself. We're in delusional to think that other people are not seeing the things that we're hiding, but eventually it starts to spill out. Eventually it starts to come to the surface. Eventually, right? Eventually we're living in our own world thinking that we're hidden, which in reality they're waiting for you to put aside the things, to eliminate those things out of your life, those obstacles, those self sabotaging habits, those ways, those codependent ways, those disbelief, those lack of confidence that you have in yourself. Put those things aside, eliminate them so that you can elevate, so that you can shine bright, so that you can show up in your authentic self, so that you can break those generational curses, so that you can unlock another person's gift, talents, blessing, right? You're holding back another generation from rising by you holding back yourself, especially if you're a woman, because one woman can heal a nation, right? If I didn't show up to keep speaking to the people who are hearing my voice, so many people, hundreds of people whose lives have been changed because I showed up, would have never made a move at the time when they did, right? So it is in our best interest. There is a requirement when you start to elevate. So you want to make sure that you're eliminating the things that you feel that are going to possibly prevent or cause hindrance in that elevation. All right. So with 36 days left in the year, according to this calendar, right? I want you to not dishonor yourself. I want you to honor yourself by setting these goals, by being real intentional, by following these steps, by making sure that you are setting out to become the person, the version of yourself who's needed to get the results, to uphold the results, to be good stewards of the results that you're asking for. We all have desires of our hearts, right? But are we going through the process that is required to mold us, to prepare us, to build us, to strengthen us, right? To heal us, so that we can be that greatest version of ourselves. All right. If you need help with any of that, you can join our community. We are all about supporting accountability, collaboration, and celebration. Definitely tap in. We are on Facebook. It's a free Facebook group. You can be a part of it. We have lots of challenges, fitness challenges, wellness challenges, detox challenges. You can definitely tap into that. We do have some Zooms about more in details about what we do, how we are creating freedom all over the world, right? We have training about, continuing to, you know, help us be great in our position. So whatever it is that you want over here, you are able to get if it's what you want. Be he intentional. Follow me here. I do go live sometimes, and I want to make that more often. Make that a thing that's more often here. Um, yeah. So if you don't know, now you know. If you see this video, if you see the replay of this, go ahead and comment. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what pointers you've taken out of this. Let me know if you're looking for a mentor. Come in 2016. Let's make something happen for you. Peace, love, unity, and abundance. Have yourself a blessed and abundant day. All right. Peace.